Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Geek on a Bike. Today we're going to be talking about a study as reported in New Scientist, conducted out of, I think it was called the Imperial College in London, where a team studied us falling to sleep, which the article actually talks about the fact that given it's something that we all do, sometimes not very well, there's very little understanding about the process of actually how we fall asleep. Prior to this article, it was considered to be a gradual process where we would move from a state of awakeness to sleep. But the team, and I'll put the name of the researchers mentioned in the article, studied 1,000 people and watched their brains through a new technique that they employed using a technology called not ECG but EEG. Again, that name, the full expansion of that name, I'll put up on the screen. Far too long for me to remember, particularly and recall while riding a bike up a alpine road. So they studied 1,000 people using this technique, and they were able to map, I think, about 45 different points using this EEG and watch the participants' brains as they fell asleep. And what they found, contrary to popular belief, is that the process of falling asleep only started about 10 minutes before the participants actually fell asleep, but remained pretty much unchanged up until the final moments. And then there was a rapid drop-off into sleep. And they called the point at which they were measuring this second stage of non-rapid eye movement. Everyone talks about REM, but this is NREM, and that's what they defined as falling asleep. And at this 4.5 minutes, people fell into sleep quite rapidly. And this was a bit of a surprise. They then took a group of 36 participants and then they monitored their sleep throughout a period, I believe it was a week. And what they found were they were able to predict within a minute when these participants would fall asleep. And this study, I guess, paid some homage to the term falling asleep, in that you really do kind of fall into it. It's not a gradual descent. You fall down this cliff face at 4.5 minutes into your sleep. Now, the researchers in this paper talk about that they hope that it will help understand and help the process of, I guess, solving insomnia. But they do talk about the fact that the mechanism that the brain uses to fall asleep is still largely unknown. And knowing this 4.5 metre boundary means that I guess they can target their research into that mechanism. Something that the article didn't talk about, which I think is a possibility too, is that this 4.5 minute cliff face that people fall off into may also be useful in looking at vehicle accidents where people fall asleep. Knowing this, maybe car manufacturers can change alert systems or warning systems, I guess, for drivers who may be in danger of falling asleep behind the wheel. So there you go. There's today's little bit of information from Geek on a Bike. Hope you enjoyed that. And please like and subscribe. I'd like to keep doing these episodes frequently and sharing some of the interesting reads with you guys. Thank you.